Good evening and welcome to our 32nd annual meeting at Valor Award Dinner. We appreciate all of you being here, and as noted in your program, the 100 Club of DuPage County, established in September 1982, is a private, non-profit charitable organization incorporated under the laws of the state of Illinois. The club offers assistance to families of law enforcement and firefighting personnel who have been killed, injured, or otherwise stricken while residing or working in the county. The members of the 100 Club show the men and women who serve and protect us that their sacrifices, their lives, and their families are important to us. We are dedicated to helping families of police officers and firefighters who put their lives on the line for us every day, doing a dangerous job we cannot do ourselves. We're open to membership. We open the membership to anyone. However, the 100 Club is a total civilian organization and does not allow any active law enforcement personnel, firefighters, their spouses, and children living in the same household to be members. It's our job as the 100 Club to be their financial support in their time of need. We are honored to have a number of dignitaries, state and community leaders, and people with great levels of responsibility here tonight to celebrate our Valor Award recipients and support our fire and police service. It would be difficult to name each and every one of you, so please know we value your presence and everything you do for our communities. So if you are an elected official or if you are a person on the fire department or police department, or you are a big shot in any way, just stand up so we can say thank you. Stand up wherever you are. Yay, that's it. I know we got lots of people here. See how much we appreciate you with that applause. That's wonderful. At this time, I'd ask everyone to please stand for the presentation of the colors by Lyle Woodridge Fire Protection District and Naperville Fire Department Honor Guards and the firefighters Highland Guard of Naperville.
Detail. Halt. Right. Face. Ready. Post. Read. Cover. All uniformed personnel, present arms!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming. and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er of the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arms. Right. Left. Base. Flags. Fall in. Flight Major, on your command. Wait. What? Honor guard. Forward. March.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to stand here before you and with you at this banquet. And if it were just the banquet, that would be good too. But we're here to honor our award recipients tonight as well. Let's remove head covers if you have one, and just pray with me if you can. Bow our heads. Lord God, we pray to you tonight as God alone. Many people are here, and many people come to you with different paths of religion and theology and spirituality. And we want to honor that before you tonight, Lord, in your supremacy and all-knowing power. Lord, we would just ask that your peace would be upon the award recipients tonight. They've had quite a tumultuous time at this point. May their firefighting and police abilities not be constrained because of the ego and personality they have to feel at such an auspicious occasion. Protect them, Lord, with your righteous might and your power. Now, Lord, I ask you and thank you for the servers who are gathered here tonight and the preparers, that they have prepared such a luscious banquet for us, that we remember that you are the provider of all things in our lives. Lord, with this, we come to you in solemn prayer tonight at this time in banquet, and we remember you as Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. As you are finishing up your dinners, dessert will be served. And the annual meeting is going to begin. So if I could keep the talking to just a slight low roar. Again, my name is Lisa Savignago, and I'm the president of the 100 Club of DuPage County. Welcome again. So before I begin the annual meeting, I want to point out that you do have the program. Hopefully you all read it. It has our annual report, a review of the club's events, and listing of our dinner sponsors, our corporate members, and an application for membership and donations. And for those civilians in the room, I encourage everyone here who is not already a member to fill out the application form and join this worthy cause. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and of course our website, which allows you to interface with us online. And yes, folks, next year you will be able to make reservations right online. I would like to recognize tonight's dinner sponsors who gave so generously. These companies and individuals contributed $500 and more for tonight's event. Air One Equipment, Broida and Nichelle Limited, Dryer Fire, Hervas Condon and Bersani, John Milner and Associates, Nameplate and Panel Technology, Naperville Professional Firefighters, Nicor, Addison Brits, Kelly Cooper, Gilbert and Dinolfo, Paramedic Services of Illinois, Sawyer Felduto, Asset Management, VFIS, Midwest, and our friend Vince Kobler. So at this point in the program, I am required by law to call our annual membership meeting to order. Our financial status is outlined in our program, along with a summary of fundraiser events that were held in the honor of the Hunter Club. We are truly grateful for the donations received and continue to welcome any individual group or organization to name the Hunter Club as your charity for your event, tribute, or memorial. This past year, the club gratefully accepted contributions from several organizations, and several of them are noteworthy ones are set out in the program. In addition, we received the following memorial gifts in memory of Sergeant Richard Zawodniak of Woodridge Police Department, in memory of Julie Kane, wife of Deputy Chief Scott Kane, Administrative Assistant Dispatcher of Bloomingdale Fire Protection District, in memory of the father of Officer James McGilvery of New Lenox, and also in the memory of Deputy Chief Mark Johnson of Hinsdale Fire Department. We are delighted that our visibility has improved to the point that our organizations are selecting our club as beneficiary of the charitable efforts. When we increased our marketing efforts 2 years ago, we sought to improve our visibility. We do not wish to continue to be the best kept secret in DuPage County. We thank all the organizations and individual donors for this tremendous support this year. And over the past year, we have helped both firefighters and police personnel and their families through medical tragedies and untimely deaths. Loss of life, injury, and sickness is never easy. And part of what we do as a club is to be there in the family's time of need. And that is why your participation tonight and membership to our club is important. Without those funds, we would not be able to assist those sworn personnel who put their lives on the line for all of us every day. As 2015 approaches, we will continue focusing on expanding our services to the individuals and families we serve and look to grow our membership and public awareness in DuPage County. We will be looking for corporate involvement from companies within DuPage County, and we hope to be more visible, a visible organization in our community. But none of this would be possible without the dedication and leadership of my board of directors. And I am honored to work with such wonderful, sentient beings who volunteer their time and their energy to make this club what it is today. So, shh. For the board of directors slated for 2015, please stand as I call your name. John Felduto, Michael Adon, John Milner, A.J. Novak, Carl Otteson, A. George Pradle, Gail Smolinski, Martin Tully, and Marty Walker, and myself. So is there a nomination? Is there a motion to elect the slated nominees for the board of directors? Thank you. So second? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, so moved. The board of directors will elect their officers in December. And before I introduce, we have another group of people here I need to introduce. It's our roster of other police and fire liaisons. But before we do that, I would like to invite Mayor Martin Tully of Downers Grove to come up. The board and I, he gets applause coming up. The board and I want to show our appreciation. Hang on one second.
I should have like a commercial joke or something to tell in the interim.
That's okay. We got it. Here, stay. We're close. The board and I want to show appreciation and gratitude towards Chief Robert Porter, who is retiring after 12 years of service to the board as one of our chief liaisons. Now, the liaisons are responsible for helping to facilitate the goals and objectives of the club. And specifically, they serve in an advisory capacity to the board of directors. They provide insight about the club's constituents and information about what is going on in and around our DuPage County through their representative areas of law enforcement and firefighting personnel. Chief Robert Porter is not here tonight. This is the first dinner he has missed in 12 years. It is his 25th wedding anniversary. So he's with his wife. So on behalf of Chief Porter, Mayor Ty, will you please accept this award?
Thankfully. Thank you very much. No one could possibly substitute for Chief Robert Porter, but he's entitled to miss one meeting once in a while. God bless him for his service to this organization, which has been tireless, endless, and selfless. As a 1988 Valor Award winner himself, he's truly been one of the backbones of this organization, and I'm just almost humbled to be here accepting this on his behalf. But I know his wife thanks all of you. So thank you very much. Round of applause for Joan Porter.
And Chief Robert Porter is the police chief of Downers Grove. So with that in mind, I want to introduce the slate of our chief liaisons. Chief Raymond Byrne, who actually is on vacation with Chief Robert Porter too, so he's not here. They're all enjoying their anniversaries. So, Deputy Chief Bill Holmer from Glen Ellen, please stand. Chief Andy Bonomo from York Center Fire Protection District. Where are you, man? There you are. And Chief Robert Tanucci, retired. There he is. Thank you for all the work you have done in the past, and here's to a new year. Also, I want to say some special thank you to our Executive Secretary to the board, Judy Sanders. I talk to this woman on a regular basis, so I appreciate all the work that she does for us. Where is she? Judy, stand up, love. Just wave. You can wave. Another special thank you to Michelle Burr for all of the marking materials in the program, and also Elizabeth Leahy for all the reservation logistics. So thank you very much. This program is running so smoothly, it was because of all of them. And another huge thank you to our home, Lyle Naperville Hilton, to Richard Brink. Thank you, my man. All the wonderful things they do for us. And Bonnie Buckley. Our film producer, Paul Thompson, and his staff, Sel Garcia and Chris Geekis. It's going to be pretty amazing. They did an incredible job on the documentaries you're going to see tonight. So do I have a motion to adjourn the official annual meeting and proceed with tonight's program? Yes, all in favor? Aye. Great, let's get moving.
The members of the 100 Club show that the men and women who serve and protect us, that their sacrifices, their lives, and their families are important to us. We are dedicated to helping families of police officers and firefighters who put their lives on the line for us every day, doing a dangerous job we cannot do ourselves. That is why we honor these individuals annually with this Valor Award dinner. This award of valor is for truly extraordinary service. An act of valor is outstanding act of bravery or heroism which is undertaken in the face of personal injury or risk of life, and which displays the personal characteristics of selflessness and devotion above and beyond the call of duty. The Award of Valor shall be considered a lifelong honor. The same recipient can earn the Award of Valor more than once. To be eligible for the Valor Award, the recipient must be a law enforcement officer or firefighter whose primary work or assignment is in DuPage County and or who, while in the performance of their duty in DuPage, performs an act of valor. At this time, I would like to invite any past recipients of this prestigious award of valor in attendance with us tonight to please stand. Anybody that's gotten the award before? And standing before you, and that ones that stood, they have been past recipients of the Award of Valor, and we just appreciate them so much. Now, the 100 Club of DuPage County is proud to announce tonight's 2014 Valor Award winners, starting in alphabetical order by town.
11825, code 6, 105 North Avenue, 52. Call Regulus, any Hollenbeck unit unknown to about 600 Northmont, 600 Northmont, code 6.
Good evening. On the night of December 20th, 2013, Officer Thomas Gilligan, another officer, responded to a call of a violation of order protection up in our industrial park. Upon arrival, they found that the subject had left the scene, so they began a search of the area for the subject. Officer Gilligan found the subject walking along the shoulder of Route 83. As Officer Gilligan approached the subject and began a conversation with him, the subject unexpectedly pulled out a handgun and attempted to shoot Officer Gilligan at close range. However, the handgun misfired. After the gun misfired, the subject turned and ran west across Route 83. Officer Gilligan, without regard for his personal safety, immediately started chasing the subject. They ran for about a block, where Officer Gilligan then confronted the subject once more. The subject turned, raised the handgun at Officer Gilligan. When the subject refused to drop the handgun, Officer Gilligan fired several times, striking the subject. The subject, however, did not go down. He turned and kept on running a short distance further, with Officer Gilligan still chasing him. When they got to the top of a small hill, the subject turned once more. Officer Gilligan ordered him to drop the handgun. When the subject raised the handgun at Officer Gilligan fired one more round. At that point, the subject dropped to the ground. Officer Gilligan and another officer then took him into custody and called for medical assistance. Because of those actions that Officer Gilligan took, we're here tonight to honor him for that bravery that he showed at that time and his selflessness and courage. I'm happy to say where he's being recognized now and given this award of valor.
Good evening. On behalf of the DuPage County Chiefs of Police Association, I want to thank you all for coming out and supporting these recipients of the Valor Award tonight and the 100 Club in general. It's a wonderful organization. Certainly, if you're looking for somewhere to support, the 100 Club is a worthy organization. On behalf of the Chiefs, again, I want to congratulate Officer Gilligan, and with that, I want to introduce the Bensenville Police Chief, Frank Cosman.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the members of this fine organization for recognizing the fine work that our police and fire departments do in DuPage County. And I just wanted to add, the story was told on the video, but Officer Gilligan has performed above and beyond the call of duty in numerous occasions. He had just returned from a tour in Afghanistan, where he serves as a captain with our Illinois National Guard. So his career, his adult life, is serving and protecting us in this country and in other countries, and we are very proud of him, and I'm very thankful that we have officers like him with our department.
Howdy folks, I guess I'm gonna say a few words. That's no problem, I have no problem with crowds. I just want to thank the Chiefs Association, the 100 Club, for everything tonight. This is a great event, and I'm very proud to be a recipient of this award. I know the past members, the recipients, have all done great things, and I think what I've done was just my duty every day. The subject made choices, and so did I, and luckily it turned out well for me. So I just want to thank the organization again for your support for this community. For us, sometimes it does get a little difficult, and sometimes we need that extra helping hand. This organization does that for us, so we're very thankful. Thank you very much, and thank you for the work.
Hello, I'm Jim Bedoni, Fire Chief of the Glen Ellen Volunteer Fire Company. On the morning of May 9th, 2014, the fire company was dispatched to a structure fire in the 500 block of Duane Street in our central business district.
Glen Ellen District 613, general alert for the structure fire, 503 Wayne Street.
M38 responding, Glen Ellen. We have smoke showing from the third floor.
RW61, you're on the scene, three-story building, smoke from the third floor.
Upon arrival, companies went to work to advance hose lines to the third floor and begin a search and rescue operation. When they got to the third floor landing, the team forced entry into the unit, and upon doing so, the unit burst into flames as it was an oxygen-starved fire. When they panned the room with the thermal imaging camera, one of the firefighters spotted a victim and yelled to the officer that he was going in. The team advanced to the door, but was knocked to the floor by the tremendous amount of heat and flame. Firefighter Chris Guar made his way to the victim, and the victim sat up and was combative, obviously suffering from hypoxia. Chris was able to manage the victim, pull him to the door where he was assisted by the other members of his crew to remove him out of the building. Once out of the building, paramedics were able to deliver ALS care and transport him to the burn unit at Loyola University Medical Center, where he eventually succumbed to his burn injuries. By his actions that day, firefighter Guar brought great distinction to all the men and women of the Glen Ellen Volunteer Fire Company who volunteer their time each day to protect their neighbors.
Good evening. I serve as one of the liaisons for the Hunter Club, along with my co-liaison, Chief Andy Bonomo from York Center Fire District. It's important to point out, you read in the program how the nominations for the Award of Valor, the procedure takes place. It's right on that page in the program. But there's something really important that I want to point out here tonight, and that is, what is the criteria for the award? And this is very important. I'd like to read it. An act of valor is an outstanding act of bravery or heroism which is undertaken in the face of personal injury or risk to life, and which displays the personal characteristics of selflessness and devotion, and the key words, scared the hell out of me. Thought I got shot. No. All right. Let me get to the key point again. Displays the personal characteristics of selflessness and devotion, and the key words, above and beyond the call of duty. And that's what's most critical. And tonight, our award recipients have demonstrated that. And at this time, it's time to honor them. I'd like to turn it over to Chief Pedoni.
Thanks, Bob. I've been to many of these events, actually since the very beginning. I remember when Fire Chief Paul Becker and his good friend Dick Lamb had this idea. It was a vision that they were going to create a 100 Club in DuPage County. And they turned that vision into reality. And you can see by the program how successful this organization has been. And every time I left this event, I always took something with me. I took a sense of pride. Pride that I chose this to be my vocation, and pride in the association of such wonderful people who give every day so selflessly of themselves and put the needs of others first. And I don't think I've ever been prouder than to stand here this evening to have a member of our fire company recognized for his selfless act of courage. To recreate what happened on that third floor landing is difficult. Many firefighters go through their entire career without ever experiencing that. But he and his team members are here with him tonight. Assistant Chief Jeff Bucola, Lieutenant Lee Mikolajczyk, and firefighter Matt Andrus. When they forced that door and that hallway turned into an inferno, Chris Guar made the decision that that individual in that room deserved the very best that they could give. And it's a testimony to the amount of training that we do every day to get ready for such an event. And it's also a tribute to the selflessness and the commitment that these individuals have to make lives better. They do it every day. And for that, I congratulate them. And I want to congratulate Chris on making such a sacrifice and changing the outcome of that incident. It's very proud to be his chief. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, for those extremely kind words. Absolutely honored and humbled to be here. To the Hunter Club, as a son of a DuPage County Sheriff, it's an amazing organization you guys have, and you guys do a tremendous job helping out families that we could have. All I can do is thank everybody. This was, yes, an incident in which I did do a single act, but everything that happened the moment after that was a team effort. Well, first of all, my family, I'd like to thank you guys for everything. My brothers that I've grown up with are here as well to support. But that engine company, I have my boss, my nozzleman, and my chief that was upstairs on that hallway with me. This wouldn't have happened if they didn't put me into the right place. If that nozzleman didn't open it up and protect me from everything that was blowing over the top of our head. Just to continue forward, I also have my brothers from Glen Ellen FD and also two other individuals that came. One was on scene, and the other one has just been a great mentor of mine, Lieutenant Felker, Captain Lake. But I also have many other people that press me every day of the week to get better and to keep training. Lieutenant Ryan Watkins and Stephen Shaw, just always make it a press to be better. And that puts me in a good place to be able to make the actions that we made that night. So this was an act. I'd like to just thank everybody else that was a part of it and all the other recipients of tonight's events. Thank you.
On December 18th, 2013, our fire department responded to a very tragic incident at 1212 Field Court in Naperville. Fire department responded to a structure fire of a two-story, ordinary construction, single-family residence where we had 5 people that were trapped inside of that residence at 6:30 in the morning. When we arrived at the scene, we were immediately notified that there were 5 victims, 5 people that were trapped inside of the fire. Our units went to work immediately. Knowing that there were victims trapped in a fire was one thing, but what we also had at that incident was a natural gas line that was not under control and that was feeding the fire with natural gas and could not be shut off. Our ambulance crew, our initial crew that arrived on the scene, quickly paired up with the engine crew, and they made entry into that unit. They had 1 victim that they made rescue to almost immediately. And with a less than a 4-minute response time, they are to be commended just on that alone. Then they went back inside that building and they looked for more victims. A building that was fed by natural gas that couldn't be controlled, the fire continued to escalate. They made their way in, and unbeknownst to them, on that floor that they were on was about to collapse. They continued to do their search. They found out that there were 2 victims that were down in the first floor of that building that we're unable to get at, and those victims unfortunately perished before our units could make contact with them. If it wasn't for their heroic and quick search of that first floor to help to rescue that first individual, this situation certainly could have been much more tragic than it was. It's sad to note that the person that was rescued succumbed to his injuries about 2 months later. But that person was a 21-year-old male and had the opportunity to meet with his family, to be with his family for that even though short period of time, which otherwise would have not happened. Our firefighters do an outstanding job in their everyday duties, and there's no telling what the next incident or outcome could be. In this case,
Both William Kostelny and firefighter paramedic Ben Bazaire did an outstanding job putting their life on the line, certainly doing that, in making calculated decisions to make a quick rescue. We want to commend both of those individuals as well as everybody else that responded to the scene at 1212 Field Court on that tragic day.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for being here. Once again, I want to pay my respects also to everybody that's here, and thank you. Thank you to the 100 Club of DuPage for all the work that they do each and every year for such a long time for all the public safety professionals. We're fortunate that this is the second year that we, the city of Naperville, our firefighters have received an award here. And it was an unfortunate night, certainly, a week before Christmas, 6:30 in the morning. One of the worst fears that a firefighter could ever encounter, having to come to the rescue of 5 people in an early morning fire in a building. And these folks that were trapped in this fire, 2 were handicapped, 1 was blind, the other was a young caregiver. 2 were trapped, as you saw in the video, trapped in a basement that we were unable to get. And these 2 gentlemen here that are standing on the stage truly did risk their life. There were so many people, so many fire companies on that scene that morning that also contributed, and probably should be up here too getting an award, because as everybody knows in this room, these incidents don't happen and don't get solved and really aren't successful on their own. It takes a crew, it takes a team, it takes a whole department. And in the case of DuPage County, it takes multiple departments, and that's why we're all here tonight. These 2 guys are heroes because they didn't have to make that entry the second time, and they did. And they did it because they knew there were people that had an opportunity potentially to be saved. And they were able to get the 1 young gentleman out. And then they went back to try to rescue more. There was no way those other 2 individuals could have possibly been rescued because they were already gone even before our initial units arrived on the scene. To have a structure fire that's fed by a natural gas line that is unable to be controlled is, again, one of the worst nightmares that you could possibly think of with people trapped. And it's certainly easy just to take a defensive mode of operation and to surround that fire and put the fire out. But our department and all the folks that were on that scene made the extra effort to make a rescue, and I believe they made a truly profound difference. It's because of that firefighter paramedics Bill Kostelny and Ben Bazaire are getting this award tonight. I appreciate their efforts, all the efforts of the men and women of the Naperville Fire Department. Thank you, the Honor Guard, too, for being here. You guys made this night. And for everybody else that does what they do every day for this county and for our surrounding areas. We're truly blessed to have the fire and police departments that we have here. Truly second to none anywhere. So thank you again, and congratulations both of you for a tremendous job that you do every day. Thank you.
We had worked on a speech together here, so I just want to say thank you, DuPage 100 Club. Thank you to everyone in the room, my family, everyone that, I appreciate it. Thank you for recognizing our efforts, and I'll let Bill finish. We had worked on a speech together, so he's got some words to say.
All right. Again, thank you, 100 Club, for this award that's presented to us. As stated by another member that received an award tonight, what we do is what we do. We don't look at it that we really put ourselves, this is what we signed up to do. If someone's in need, that's what we do. We have a saying in the fire service, you risk your life to save someone else's. It's cliche when you say it, but when you're truly put in this situation, you really get down and see what that means. And the thankful thing is I was with Ben. We started our career at Naperville just about the same time together. We've been together almost 12, 13 years, and has almost worked together every day that we've been at work since. We've probably responded to well over at least 10,000 calls together in that 12-year period. So it was nice knowing that I didn't even have to blink to see if Ben was behind me. Almost no communication went on other than every once in a while I'd say, hey, I'm going in a room, I found one, and I'd get a smack in the boot. So I knew he's right behind me, he's with me, he's holding my door, and I can continue doing what I'm doing. I'd like to definitely thank our senior staff, our training division, led by Chief Kevin Line and Lieutenant Moran. There are other people involved in training before this incident happened, but what you guys do, no one boo when I say this, but Naperville Training Division, second to none in this business. You guys give us the tools, the knowledge, expertise behind what we're doing every day. We appreciate that more than you know. As stated, that's was instilled in me when I started, sound in the floor, right? Everyone says it's sound in the floor. That's why Ben and I are up here today and not in the bottom of that basement, unfortunately, with the other two victims. They came back, turned around, sound in the floor, folks. It's it saves your life. It truly does. The other people I need to thank, my mom and dad who are here. I'm not going to make any, I'm not an emotional person, but when I do, I get emotional. So, instilling in me when I was very young to, brought up in athletics, everything. Give everything you do 100% every day of your life, and you're not going to fail at what you do. Sounds goofy when you're a kid. It seems like they're yelling at you, but thank you for everything you guys do. They're here tonight. I cannot recall ever even a practice at a sporting event that my dad, I think, has missed. So, yeah. Thank you. And then just one more thing. The other person I'd like to say thank you to, my wife, Carol. Wife now, as you saw from my pictures, high school sweethearts, girlfriend, fiance, mother, teacher. You think we have titles. She's incredible. She and my mom kind of put me in this direction to go into this field. It paid off. I love what I do every day. I don't go to work. I go to hang out with my family away from home. I'd do anything with this guy and the rest of the guys I work with. So for that, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being my best friend. I love you very much. So thank you very much for the award. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So congratulations to all the recipients of the Valor Award. And so on behalf of the Board of Directors and the members of the Hunter Club, I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. And whether you are an annual participant or here for the first time, we hope you will join us again next year at this memorable event. And I also want to thank you, the men and women who put their lives on the line for us every day by doing a dangerous job that we cannot do ourselves. And for the civilians in the room, you can show your gratitude by becoming a member of the Hunter Club of DuPage County. So please take any materials and you can take your program. There's a little application in the back and with our website, and pass those out to one of your friends. So by becoming a member, a corporate sponsor, making a donation, you are showing that these men and women who serve and protect us, that their sacrifices, their lives, and their families are important to us. This has been a great evening. And I want to thank Mayor A. George Pradle for his assistance tonight. And another note, for our highest bidders for the silent auction, and obviously the winners of the Art Beat painting, you know who you are, but the silent auction winners, Katie Ginningham, or Gianaham, Heidi Hermes, Frank Hosman, hey, yeah, Dee Webb, Wayne Pauley, Carl Ottison, you've got two of them, Robert, is it Stewart? Okay, Mayor Tully, I've got somebody with the last name Rodriguez, Perry Johnson, and the winner of the Ditka sweater is Bill Natick. So if I called your name, please, at the end of the retiring of the colors, please make your way to the tables in the back of the room. We'll be happy to take check, cash, Visa, or MasterCard. And a special note, if anyone would like and is interested in matching their bids, we do have extra pieces available from the silent auction items, so think about that. Now, please stand for the retiring of the colors, and if I could have Chaplain Komorek come up, and he'll lead us in the benediction after the retiring of the colors. Thank you.
This has been a great banquet, hasn't it? I know that it's been a great banquet for me because I've ruined another tie. I want to share with you a benediction that's been around for about 5,500 years. A man who walked around in the desert an awful lot with another man named Moses formed this benediction, and we've used it throughout the ages, even until tonight. It's called the Aaronic benediction. But for those of us, we just say, it's a chance to say goodbye. So receive this as we go from this place. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you. May the Lord show his countenance, his sunshine upon you, and give you peace now and forever. And as we say, my brothers, my sisters, as we go from this place, stay strong. Be a benefit to humanity, and put fires out and chase the bad guys and do everything that's necessary to maintain his peace. Amen.
Forward. March. Detail. Halt. Prepare to retrieve the colors. Detail. Halt. Ready? Face. Freeze it.